Good morning, folks. Good evening, wherever you are. Hope you guys having a good morning, a good evening. Yes, I'm gonna make a quick video here before I go out. Yes, today is Saturday, and today is level up day for me. Actually, today and tomorrow, I will be going out to get some footage. Before I get into the video, just give you guys an update. The verbal boxing video. Those videos, I still want to make those for the beginning of the month, but this month has been crazy due to the cameras. I had Luxy HD, been testing that out. I actually sent the first one back and got another one to try and see if it would work out. And the second time I had problems. I even went out and did some test videos with that camera, and I still had the problem, so I ended up sending it back. Then I ended up getting the GoPro Hero, and I tried that out. I went to, I think, with the Best Buy and Walmart, and the footage was great. I didn't have that problem as I have with the Luxy HD, so I decided to go ahead and keep that camera. Now, I was going to go out last week to get some footage for the verbal boxing video, but I didn't have time. I was a bit busy. So this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go out next weekend and grab the footage for the verbal boxing video, and then post that video at the beginning. I'm not going to give you a day. I can't promise you a day, but definitely is going to be at the beginning of the month because I want to get it subtitled. Okay, so just wanted to update you guys on that. So the next week, level up video will be released after I get the footage cut up and edited and whatnot, and then yeah. So for sure that video is coming out next week. So that is it. Let's get into this video. So as the title says, dabbling versus studying. I have a lot of new followers, particularly new language learners, who've been asking me a lot of questions, and this is something I want to talk about for those people particularly. So dabbling and studying, we need to differentiate these two things here. A lot of people use this term dabbling, dabbling. I'm dabbling this, dabbling that, but there are people out there who don't understand what dabbling means. So let's get into it today. Let's talk about what dabbling means and versus studying, actually studying a language. So basically, when you're dabbling in a language, you're not really giving it your all. You're basically just, flipping around through certain books, just getting a little understanding of the language. For example, I have 3 books here. I'll show you. I have Finnish, Hungarian, and Afrikaans. Okay, so let's say, okay, well, I have Teach Yourself Finnish. Let's go through it. An introduction. Okay, say first chapter. Go to the vocabulary section where vocabulary is being introduced. Okay, go to the grammar section. Language patterns. May I introduce? Finns often introduce themselves simply by telling you their name and saying, hey, hello. If the situation is formal, you can start by saying your full name and then the appropriate greeting for the time of day. So, I may do something like that. Just flip through it, get a basic understanding of what's going on, but I'm not really taking it in. You see, I'm not really taking it in. Many of you know what I'm talking about. And then let's say I spend like, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes doing that. Then I'll jump over to this Hungarian and pretty much do the same thing. I'll go to the first chapter, go to the vocabulary section, see what vocabulary is introduced here, and then go to the grammar section. Say, okay, nationalities, intonation. Statements in Hungarian have a falling intonation. In the diagram below, 3 lines indicate the pitch, i.e. the height of your voice, and they give you this chart here. So I may go through it, just read about it a little bit, but again, I'm not giving it my all. I'm not really learning or studying this language. I mean, I'm learning some things, but I'm not really studying it. Okay. Then we have Afrikaans. Same deal. I go to the first chapter. Spend a good 5 minutes. Okay, we got mother, father, children, and language patterns. Pronouns, as the word implies, are those words which are used to replace nouns, persons, place, or things. It is likely we would find the sentence, Peter looked for Peter's book, Peter most odd. So something like that. That's dabbling. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that dabbling is a bad thing. I mean, I myself have done a lot of dabbling. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's anytime you're trying to educate yourself on different things, even whether it's just dabbling. I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, I still consider it productive. But when it comes to this differentiation of dabbling and versus dabbling and studying, we have to understand what those two things mean. So again, it's not a bad thing. It's just we need to understand what dabbling is. And when you dabble in something, you're not going to necessarily get the results that you will get if you actually sit down and study the language. Okay, so yes, it's not a bad thing. I still dabble in certain languages. So now studying. Now when you actually studying a language, now you're really giving it your all. You're actually falling in love with the language. You're giving the language a lot of your attention. You're setting a schedule that you'll follow pretty much every day or almost every day, and you have all the resources that you intend to use for that language. So you have your schedule, a solid schedule, and you're following that schedule every day. So for example, if I'm wanting to get into Japanese, I know certain courses that I'm going to be using. So I got Aussie Meal, I got both volumes of Aussie Meal, I got the new Penguin, the new Penguin Parallel Text. I mean, it's not for beginners, but still. Then I have my Tobila, Intermediate to Advanced. Then I have my Japanese Grammar. And I have, of course, Yokoso. Then I have the Genki series, Level 1 and Level 2. So, sure, you don't have to purchase all these courses at the beginning, but what I'm saying here, the point is you're really about to get into this language heavily. You're about to really get into it. I mean, give it your all, okay? And you're really taking it in. You're finding communities where these people hang out at. You're searching your city for restaurants, cafes, university programs, or not programs, but like clubs, Japanese clubs that you could possibly participate in. You're doing all of this. All of this stuff here plays a big role in getting ready to study this language, really getting into it. So that's a difference between dabbling and studying. Okay, and when you study and you do this, you really get into it. You really work on pronunciation, really work on accent. Really taking this language in by practicing with the native speakers. Then that's going to get your progress. You're going to get faster progress than you would if you just dabble in the language. More progress than you would if you dabble in the language, just to say. So. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to talk about that because, like I said, I have a lot of new followers, new language learners, and I've gotten a lot of questions. I can't really answer all of your questions, so what I try to do is make a video and try to incorporate all of the questions I've received from several of those messages um, you guys have sent me. So that is it. I guess my question here I should pose is, what is your definition? How do you guys feel about the dabbling versus studying? What's your definition of these two terms? So that is it. It is almost 11:30. I'm going to get ready and go out here. And yeah, as usual, thanks a lot for you guys' support. If this is your first time here, really do appreciate it. I may not always say it, but I really do. And if you have any questions, let me know. And I may not get back to you right away, but I will find a way to answer your question, even if it means to make a video and try to incorporate it with the other questions I've received. So yes, that is it. Thanks for viewing, and you guys have a nice day, and I'll talk to you guys here shortly.